What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 1 of Big Cube Road to Glory. So I've never been good at big cubes, but I've always been fascinated by the likes of Max Park and Timon Koleshinsky. Just the way that they can turn so effortlessly and how once they're done with centers, everything just magically seems to be solved. And I've wanted to learn how to get to that level. For context, as we start, I average around 13 seconds on 3x3, around 54 seconds on 4x4, minute 48 on 5x5, around 3 minutes 30 on 6x6, and around 5.5 minutes on 7x7.
Also, my mains at the moment are the Moyu Aosu WRM for 4x4, the YJ MGC 5x5, the YJ MGC 6x6, and the YJ Fu V2M 7x7.
Now, I've also never really had the motivation to really fully practice big cubes, just because every solve takes so long and it's just so much work that I've never really practiced big cubes seriously. I did go through a few weeks where I really grinded 4x4 because I wanted to be sub 1 minute. I just thought that was kind of a good end goal for me. And after a few weeks, I learned Yao and I ended up getting there. I've also started practicing 5x5 a little bit recently, gotten my average down from around 155 to 148 with a 136 PB single, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, 6x6 and 7x7 I've never really practiced because each solve takes so long. I'd rather do 23x3 solves than one 6x6 solve or one 7x7 solve. But today that all changes.
Hold on, before we get into the solves, I want to explain what I'm actually doing. So, in an official competition organized by the WCA, or World Cube Association, instead of just doing one solve per puzzle, you do an average, or a mean. So for 4x4 and 5x5, you do an average of 5, where your best and worst times are dropped, and your middle 3 times are averaged. For 6x6 and 7x7, you do a mean of 3, so you only do 3 solves, and all 3 of those solves count to your average. That being said, let's get into the solves. Want to do is look up some tutorials, because I feel like the worst parts of my solves right now are centers and edge pairing. I feel like those could be way more efficient, especially edge pairing. So we're going to go to YouTube and see if preferably JPerm has any tutorials. So let's look up JPerm Big Cube tutorials. That's definitely how you spell that. Alright, let's watch a few of these. Alright, so I spent an hour or two watching JPerm's various tutorials. I mostly watch 5x5 ones, because 5x5 is my main goal to get better at with big cubes. Also probably 7x7, but 5x5 more so. I want to get, hopefully, my average under 1:40 consistently. That would be the goal for me as of now. And there were a few things I picked up on. First, to make centers, there are 3 ways. I only thought there were 2, but there are actually 3. The first is the classic bars, where you make 1 bar, 2 bars, and 3 bars to make the center. And then I also knew you could make kind of a square, and then the 2x3, and then make the last bar to finish off the center. There's also a third way, which I didn't know about. If you have a bar like this, and then kind of this 2x1 up here, you can actually just join them together like this to make a T, and then you take another cross edge, or kind of cross center, and then move the bar out of the way to make this bar, and then reinsert it to make the 2x3. I'm also going to start working on being color neutral on centers. Right now, I usually start with white and yellow, and then do the rest of the centers. But with Redux, you don't make cross edges. You just do all the centers first, so being color neutral is essential, so that's another thing I'm going to start working on. There's also some advanced edge pairing stuff and some 3x3 stage stuff, like only using one hand until last layer, that I'm also going to try to work on. But that's all I have for today. I hope you guys stay tuned for episode 2, where I reveal how my practice with these new techniques went and what my next steps from there are going to be to try and improve more. Until then, peace.